What cars will become future classics? Are you driving a future classic car right now and don't even know it? You never know. That daily beater could be a sleeper that could fetch a small fortune in the auction block in the near future. So is your car a future gem? Lucky for you, because we're about to reveal the sleeper hits and cult favorites from 2010 to 2025 that experts predict will become tomorrow's most valuable collector cars. From the overlooked Scion FR-S to the track-focused Ford Focus RS, these modern machines are flying under the radar while smart collectors are quietly scooping them up. Well, by the end of this video, you'll discover which cars from the past 15 years have all the ingredients to become the next generation of automotive legends. And why getting in early could be the smartest investment decision car enthusiasts make today. The unexpected heroes. What makes a car destined for classic status when nobody sees it coming? The automotive world is full of surprises, and some of the most valuable classics today were once considered ordinary transportation. Take the Datsun 240Z or the original Mini Cooper. Both were affordable cars that became icons decades later. Paul Newman, the avid racer, was known to have one of these Datsuns in the 70s. The 2010 to 2025 era has produced several diamonds in the rough that collectors are starting to notice. The Scion FR-S, later rebranded as the Toyota 86, represents everything enthusiasts love about pure driving experiences. With its rear-wheel drive layouts, lightweight construction, and affordable price point, this car captures the essence of classic sports cars from the 1960s and 70s. Production numbers were relatively low compared to mainstream vehicles, and the manual transmission variants are becoming increasingly rare as automatic transmissions dominate the market. But the FR-S isn't alone in this category. The Subaru BRZ, its mechanical twin, shares the same DNA and has developed its own loyal following. These cars remind us that horsepower isn't everything. Sometimes the most memorable vehicles are those that prioritize handling and driver engagement over raw power. Performance icons in disguise. Which performance cars from this era will make collectors' hearts race in 30 years? The answer lies in understanding what made previous generations of performance cars so special. Limited production, motorsport heritage, and that indefinable character that separates truly great cars from merely fast ones. The Ford Focus RS stands as a prime example of a modern performance car with classic potential. Ford's decision to bring this rally-bred machine to American shores for the first time created instant collectability. A no-brainer considering that only 34,000 units were produced. Alexander Hamilton Prinkowitz of the FaZe Clan gaming organization is said to own one. With its aggressive styling, all-wheel drive system, and track-tuned suspension, the Focus RS represents the pinnacle of hot hatch engineering. The fact that Ford discontinued the Focus line in North America makes the RS even more special. It's literally the end of an era. Similarly, the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon deserves serious consideration. With only 3,300 units produced, this 840 horsepower monster represents the extreme end of American muscle car engineering. The Demon was a statement about what's possible when engineers are given free rein to create something truly extraordinary. Loud, aggressive, unapologetically American muscle. There's no way you can't love a Demon. No human should be allowed to drive this monster. That's what comedian Tim Allen had to say after experiencing the Demon's 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8 in all its glorious power. Future collectors will appreciate not just its performance capabilities, but also its place in automotive history as one of the last truly extreme muscle cars before electrification takes over. The Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 1LE also fits this category perfectly. Track-focused variants of popular sports cars have historically performed well in the collector market, and the ZL1 1LE's combination of supercharged V8 power and track-ready aerodynamics makes it a standout candidate for future classic status. The enthusiast favorites. What about the cars that true enthusiasts are already whispering about in online forums and car meets? These vehicles may not have the flashiest specifications or the biggest marketing budgets, but they possess that special something that creates devoted followings. Take, for example, the Honda Civic Type R, which represents everything Honda does best: precision engineering, motorsport heritage, and an uncompromising focus on performance. The angular styling may be polarizing today, but controversial designs often age better than conservative ones. The Type R's front-wheel drive layout and naturally aspirated engine make it increasingly unique in a world moving toward all-wheel drive and turbocharging. The Volkswagen Golf R also deserves recognition as a future classic. European hot hatches have always held special places in enthusiasts' hearts, and the Golf R combines everyday usability with serious performance capabilities. The manual transmission versions in particular are becoming increasingly rare and valuable. Don't overlook the Mazda MX-5 Miata from this era either. While the Miata has always been beloved by enthusiasts, the ND generation that debuted in 2015 represents a return to the car's lightweight, pure driving roots. Future collectors will appreciate how Mazda resisted the temptation to make the car bigger and heavier, instead focusing on what made the original so special. The luxury contenders. Which luxury performance cars from 2010 to 2025 have the pedigree to become tomorrow's classics? Luxury manufacturers have produced some exceptional machines during this period, many of which combine traditional craftsmanship with cutting-edge technology. The BMW M2, particularly the competition variant, stands out as a future classic candidate. BMW's M division has a proven track record of creating collectible performance cars, and the M2 represents a return to the compact, focused approach that made cars like the original M3 so special. Its turbocharged inline-six engine and rear-wheel drive layout provide the perfect combination of power and handling that enthusiasts crave. The Porsche 911 GT3 from this era also deserves serious consideration. Porsche's track-focused variants have historically held their value exceptionally well, and the GT3's naturally aspirated engine sets it apart in an increasingly turbocharged world. The manual transmission versions are particularly sought after as they represent one of the last connections to pure mechanical driving experiences. The Jaguar F-Type, especially the V8-powered variants, bring British sports car heritage into the modern era. With its stunning design, supercharged V8 soundtrack, and limited production numbers compared to mass-market sports cars, the F-Type has many of the ingredients necessary for future classic status. The unexpected survivors. What about the cars that nobody expects to become classics but have all the right ingredients? Sometimes the most valuable classics are the ones that flew completely under the radar during their production years. The Chevrolet SS sedan represents one of the most overlooked performance cars of the 2010s. With its Australian-built heritage, naturally aspirated V8 engine, and rear-wheel drive layout, the SS was essentially a four-door Camaro that most buyers never discovered. Low sales numbers during its brief production run make it increasingly rare, and enthusiasts are beginning to recognize its significance as one of the last traditional American sedans. The Cadillac ATS-V also fits this category. Cadillac's attempt to challenge the BMW M3 may not have achieved commercial success, but the ATS-V's twin-turbocharged V6 engine and track-tuned chassis make it a formidable performance machine. Future collectors may appreciate how Cadillac took risks with this car, creating something genuinely different in the luxury performance segment. Even the Lincoln MKZ, particularly the all-wheel drive V6 variants, could surprise future collectors. Lincoln's focus on luxury and refinement during this era created some genuinely well-built cars that were overshadowed by German competitors. Sometimes the underdogs become the most interesting classics. The investment perspective. How do smart collectors identify future classics before prices skyrocket? The key lies in understanding market trends, production numbers, and the factors that drive collector interest over time. Low production numbers often correlate with future collectability, but they're not the only factor. The car must also have some special characteristic that sets it apart, whether that's exceptional performance, unique styling, or historical significance. The best future classics often combine multiple factors: limited production, strong performance, distinctive design, and a loyal enthusiast following. Manual transmissions are becoming increasingly rare and valuable in the collector market. Cars from the 2010 to 2025 era equipped with manual transmissions, especially performance variants, are likely to appreciate more quickly than their automatic counterparts. This trend is already visible in the values of cars like the Honda Civic Type R and Ford Focus RS. Original unmodified examples will always be the most valuable. While modified cars can be impressive, collectors typically prefer vehicles that remain true to their original specifications. This means that garage-kept, low-mileage examples of these future classics will command premium prices as they age. Smart collectors are already positioning themselves for the future, quietly acquiring the best examples of these cars while prices remain reasonable. The question isn't whether these cars will become classics, it's whether you'll recognize their potential before everyone else does. The next generation of automotive legends is being built today, and the opportunity to own tomorrow's classics is available right now for those who know where to look.